This is the Google Pixel 4a, a phone made for these troubled times. With a budget $350 price, it undercuts the Apple iPhone SE, and since it's made by Google, you also know that it will have an incredible camera. Hello guys, my name is Vic with PhoneArena, and it's been a couple of months since Google officially unveiled the Pixel 4a. But the phone has launched worldwide only recently, on October 1st, and it's time to take a closer look. Inside the box, you get an all-white everything set of accessories. An 18-watt power adapter with a USB-C port, then you have a USB-C to USB-C charging cable, and a male USB-C to female standard-sized USB adapter, a SIM tool, and some literature. There is no case included, and that's a bit of a shame. A basic case would have been nice to protect the phone and to be included in the box. You also don't get headphones with it, but it's worth mentioning that the Pixel comes with a headphone jack on top, so you can easily plug in your old wired headphones, which is super nice. But there is something interesting about cheaper phones like the Pixel 4a. Yes, it's made of plastic, and that's one compromise with the price, but for me, a plastic budget phone basically means an allowance to use the phone without a case, and without caring too much. Now personally, I would hesitate to use an expensive flagship phone made out of glass without a case. But with the Pixel 4a, I have no worries, and that is a big plus. Being plastic, this Pixel is super lightweight. And that's a welcome change from most modern devices that are often too heavy and uncomfortable to carry in a pocket. The plastic itself feels soft and very nice to the touch. I also like the contrasting color of the power button on the side. It gives the Pixel a personality. I also find the compact size of the 4a great. The phone is just a bit bigger than the iPhone SE, but not by much. Now speaking of the iPhone SE, the Pixel 4a also has a far superior display. You get a 5.8-inch OLED screen that first is a much more reasonable size for everyday use. It has practically no bezels, but also the quality is great. Colors are very well balanced, the white balance of the screen here is spot on, contrast is great, and everything looks beautifully radiant on this screen. Now the screen is a bit dim, its maximum brightness is not very high, so if you're using the phone outdoors you'll notice this, and it does make using the phone outdoors a bit harder. By the way, if you want more detail, you will find an in-depth comparison between the Pixel and the iPhone SE in the description to this video below, so check it out. Now, I personally switched to the Google Pixel 4a from the OnePlus Nord, which is another great affordable phone. And one of the things that is just so obvious after the switch is the lack of a fast refresh rate screen on the Pixel. The Pixel 4a refreshes at 60 Hz, while other phones these days already have a 90 Hz or 120 Hz options. Now admittedly, those are usually more expensive phones. Now, the Pixel 4a runs mostly well at 60 Hz, but it lacks that buttery smooth feeling you get with fast refresh rate screens that I do miss from the OnePlus Nord. Okay, one of the big reasons I like Google phones is the software, especially compared to other Android phones. And the Pixel 4a is one of the first phones that ships with Android 11. Other phones, it will still take a few long months until they get this update, and the Pixel 4a is guaranteed to also get updated in the future on day one, the moment Google releases an update. Coming from Samsung and OnePlus devices, I also noticed how fonts and the overall styling here just look better on the Pixel. Everything feels more refined. And if, like me, you like great live wallpapers, the ones that come with the Pixel are just pure genius. The subtle movement in the Come Alive wallpapers or the beautiful Living Universe wallpapers are still a piece of modern art that you will enjoy every single day, and they're nice to have. But what about more practical things? What about battery life? The Pixel 4a comes with a 3140 mAh battery. Not the biggest around, but definitely not small for its compact size. And I find battery life to be quite good, and I had no problem going through a full day of even more intense use. And the Pixel definitely outlasts the iPhone SE, especially for YouTube video watching and 3D gaming. There is no wireless charging on board, but I don't consider this a major issue for a budget phone. Take a look at our battery test results. The Pixel does not outlast the Galaxy A51 and the A71, which are great alternatives, but it beats the iPhone SE by a big margin. Now, one of the main reasons why you want a Pixel phone is that camera. And the camera here indeed lives up to the expectations. In many cases, this budget camera delivers better photos than more expensive flagships, and it also comes with portrait mode and night mode included. We have a dedicated camera comparison with the Pixel, and links to that are also in the description box. Okay, so far the Pixel really stands out as an excellent phone, and it really is, but I do have some minor complaints. The first and probably most significant is performance. The 4A comes with the Snapdragon 730G processor, coupled with 6GB of RAM, and while performance is not slow by any means, you will notice a tiny bit of a stutter. It's all very subtle, not a deal breaker, but for the speed obsessed it might be noticeable. And especially if you're used to flagships and you're wondering if you would be better off with a budget phone. Now at least you do get a plentiful 128GB of native storage, more than most other phones at this price. And another thing I will complain about is the fingerprint scanner, which is fast and accurate, but it sits almost flush with the back, so it's sometimes a bit hard to feel it out just by touch, and that's a tiny detail that Google could have gotten a little bit better. There's also no special water protection here, and I panicked when I dropped the Pixel in the sink the first day I used it. Thankfully I was quick to take it out of there and dry it, and it survived unscathed, but you definitely should be careful with it near water. And that's about everything bad that can be said about the Google Pixel 4a. This phone has been such a joy to use, with the latest Android 11, the excellent camera, and with just how lightweight and nice it is. Do you own the Pixel 4a? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments below. Do you like it? Meanwhile, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, PhoneArena. That's hugely appreciated. Thanks for staying until the end. My name is Vic, and I will see you in the next one.